Hari Shri Radha Vinodati Hari Juti Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maranya Hari Juti Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Sitarasita Shmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Sitarasita Shmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Sitarasita Shmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Sitarasita Shmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Sitarasita Shmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitya Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath. Sharda Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari. Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachaya Shila. I need to move over. Namachaya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Braja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Prati Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Jai. Nitya Prabhishtam Vishnupad Ashatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya Prabhishtam Vishnupad Ashatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Thiruvav Titi Ki Jai. Jai. Nitya Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya all the associates of Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. So I'm going to just quickly jump into the reading because I have a lot I want to read today. More than we normally read. So I'm going to just go very quickly. So yeah, today on the auspicious disappearance day of Nitya Prabhishra Shishimar Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja, I thought it would be nice to read from the glorification of Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, because who can glorify a Vaishnava better than someone who's on the same level, who can actually see him, who actually knows their glories. So we will so first we will read Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's glorification, and then after that we will I was thinking we could read the last chapter of Shri Guru in his grace, the line of Shri Rupa. It's a very powerful chapter. That means our reading today will be like around 7,500 words, I think. Usually we read like 5,000 words, so the extra. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Guys, she's being so aggressive because I think she wants me to rub her. Okay. Glorification of Pujapad Śrīdhara Mahārāja by Shishimad Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And this was translated and edited by the Vishuddha Chaitanya Vani team. Right. So his appearance and early life. Pujapad Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja commenced his manifest pastimes at an auspicious moment on the 9th day of the fortnight of the new moon in the month of Kartik, Saturday, 10 October, 1895, in the village of Hapania, Kalna. That's Bardhaman, West Bengal. One second, let me just make sure my mic is plugged in. Yeah, okay. When he appeared, he accepted the foremost scholar, Sri Yukta Upendra Chandra Bhattacharya Vidyaratna Mahādaya, as his father, and Srimati Gauri Devi as his mother. See how Srila Bhaktivinoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja writes. He doesn't say he took birth as a son of blah, blah, blah. But he says he accepted the foremost scholar, Sri Yukta Upendra Chandra Bhattacharya Vidyaratna Mahādaya, as his father, and Srimati Gauri Devi as his mother. Both of his parents were devoutly religious and noble individuals dedicated to the Lord, and they gave their jewel-like son the name Sri Ramendra Sundar Bhattacharya. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to see all who's here. Let me just Pranams Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarini Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Nitai Mukesh, Krishna Mai Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, Champak Mataji, and let's see on where is it? So, here. On YouTube and Facebook. Oh, sorry, it didn't load. Anyways, I see a few devotees there. Pranams. Hare Krishna Vidyalavasya Didi. Haribo. Okay. Okay, so they gave birth to their jewel-like son. Sorry, they gave their jewel-like son the name Sri Ramendra Sundar Bhattacharya. Later, beginning in 1923, Sri Ramendra Sundar Bhattacharya became attracted by the grace of the most worshipful Sri Śrīla Prabhupada and began visiting the Gaudiya Math located at number 1 Ultadanga Road in Kolkata to take advantage of the good fortune of hearing Harikatha from his lotus mouth and pursuing the true purpose of human life. He listens to Prabhupada's discourses with rapt attention. One second. Okay. Before long, he offered his full participation to the above-mentioned Sri Gaudiya Math establishment in December of 1926 and became a recipient of Sri Śrīla Prabhupada's special affection. In the month of Vaishak, April, Sri Ramendra Sundar Bhattacharya received initiation into the chanting of Sri Harinam Mahamantra from Srila Prabhupada. And on the 26th day of Shravan, on August, he was awarded Mantra Diksha according to Pancharatric conventions. His initiated name was Sri Ramananda Das. So from Sri Ramendra Sundar Bhattacharya to Sri Ramananda Das. Very soon after, wait, so what year did he receive? Okay, so in 1926, he received Harinam. And then very soon after that, Mantra Diksha. And then just a few years after that, like 4 years after that, he received, or 3 or 4 years after that, he received sannyas. One second, let me just move back. Okay, so Sri Ramananda, very soon after, in the year 1930, Srila Prabhupada, noting Sri Ramananda Das's exclusive dedication to the practices of bhajan, on which he had been instructed, his genuine attachment to the service of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, and his exceptional expertise in delivering the truths of scriptures according to Srila Prabhupada's current of thought, granted him Tridanda Sannyas and gave him the name Shishimad Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara, which means the guardian of devotion and the emissary of its beauty. Śrīla Mahārāja has truly fulfilled the meaning of this name, and thus, by the blessings of Sri Guru, he became revered worldwide. His exceptional ability. All virtues befitting a Vaishnava were resplendent in him. By the grace of Sri Guru, one obtains the grace of the Lord, and additionally, all the demigods, along with their virtues, take up residence in one who is exclusively devoted to the Lord. Although he was born in an aristocratic Brahmin family with ample luxuries, erudition, and physical beauty, We never saw him display any sort of arrogance in the Mat regarding his birth or learning. The calm and composed manner in which he somberly refuted, before vast assemblies of scholars, the misconceptions opposing devotional service was exceptional, as was his ability to then establish the proper conceptions. His thesis-like discourses. As a result of hearing Pujapad Śrīdhara Mahāraja's unparalleled and analytic sermons on devotional scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, many earnest and pious members of affluent society attained the fortune of succeeding in life's true purpose by taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Each and every one of his discourses was like a thesis. Anyone could have easily earned a doctorate degree simply by studying the notes of his classes. His unprecedented explanation of Brahma Gayatri. As referenced in the Garuda Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam is the commentary of Brahma Gayatri, the mother of all Vedas. In accordance with the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam, Pujapad Śrīdhara Mahārāja explains Brahma Gayatri as a meditation on the lotus feet of Sri Radha, Sri Radha Padang Dhimahi. The unprecedented elegance of this explanation is revered throughout the community of refined scholars who are adept at transcendental sentiments. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10:30-28, while searching for Krishna, the gopis state, Anaya Radito Nunang, that means this fortunate maid, so the gopis state, Anaya Radito Nunang, this fortunate maiden has surely worshipped Aradita, Bhagavan Shri Hari. Since she is acclaimed as having truly worshipped Krishna, which means he finds bliss in her, since she is acclaimed as having truly worshipped Krishna, which means he finds bliss in her, can there be any way to attain the lotus feet of Sri Krishna other than taking shelter exclusively of Swarup Shakti, this intrinsic potency of his, which is the personified potency of bliss of Hladini? This in itself is the amorous worship devised by the maidens of Raj, Rajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written, Radha bhajane jadi mati nahi bhela Krishna bhajana tava akarane gela. If your mind does not incline towards the worship of Sri Radha, your worship of Krishna has been in vain. This alone is the instruction of Sri Guru Padma, who is eminent among the followers of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Rupa Goswami Pad. Reciting this instruction as if it were a mantra causes the witch of illusion to flee. That's nice. Bhagavad Gita 10:10 states, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. I grant them the true intelligence and understanding by which they can attain me. This statement refers to pure determined intelligence aimed at attaining the eternal service of Sri Bhagavan, for which one must pray to Gayatri Devi, the mother of the Vedas. This explanation manifested in Pujapad Mahāraja's heart by the mercy of Sri Radha's eternal associate, his guru, who identified himself as Sri Varshabhanavi Daita Das, the servant of the beloved of Sri Vrishabhanu's daughter. According to the primary meaning of the words of the Vedas, Shamach Chavalam Prapadde, Shabalam Chamach Prapadde, which means the quintessence of the Lord's intrinsic potency, Swarup Shakti, of bliss, takes refuge within Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna takes refuge in the essence of that blissful energy, Hladini. When this logical understanding can be deduced from the above, what is the point of speculating and applying the secondary meaning of the word Shama, which is Hardha Brahmatva, or the all-pervasive monospirit within the heart? The true intent of Brahma Gayatri is to meditate on the lotus feet of Sri Radha, Sri Radha Padam Dhimahi. It is only when one adheres to this understanding that the lotus feet of Sri Radhanath, the master of Sri Radha, that is Sri Shamasundar, become obtainable. This personality alone is the absolute truth. Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja has thus received ubiquitous acclaim for his purport on Gayatri, an object of deferential regard. Pujapad Maharaj was so well adept at bhajan that the great majority of eminent sannyasis, brahmacharis, grihastas, and vanaprastha devotees of our Gaudiya Math mission treated him with deferential regard and experienced great joy in discussing matters of the Lord with him. The worshipful Nityalila Pravishta Tridandi Goswami, Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, and Nityalila Pravishta Pujapad Tridandi Goswami, Srimad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, both accepted Tridanda Sannyas from Param Pujapad Srimad Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīla Goswami. I didn't know that Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj received from Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja as well. Interesting. During his manifest presence, the world-renowned Tridandi Swami, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, who accepted Tridandi Sannyas from Pujapad Keshav Maharaj and extensively preached the message of Sri Chaitanya in the Western countries, establishing many temples worldwide, he showed great regard for his senior godbrother, Pujapad Śrīdhara Mahārāja, recognizing him as an expert in bhajan, and he rejoiced in visiting him to hear Krishna Katha whenever he was able. In school, Pujapad Śrīdhara Mahārāja simultaneously learned Sanskrit and English under the tutelage of highly learned mentors. Since he was born in a celebrated family of scholars, his natural genius in composing Sanskrit poetry was noted at an early age. And under the shelter of our most worshipful Srila Prabhupada, this innate God-given ability only blossomed further. Srila Prabhupada, during his manifest presence, would express his immense pleasure to read the verses of that Śrīla Mahārāja composed, especially his Srimad Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dashakam. Yeah, and we went through all those verses in our Bhakti Vinod Kitidhara program of that. Dashakam. By reading several of his poetic Sanskrit compositions, such as Shri Shri Prabhupada Padmastavaka, which we sing every day before Mangalarti, Shri Daita Dasa Pranati Panchakam, Shri Shri Daita Dasa Dashakam, and Shri Shri Prabhupada Pranati, it is easy to grasp the extent of the staunch, compelling devotion and attachment he nurtured for his Guru Pad Padma. Aside from these, he composed Srimad Gaur Kishore Namaskar Dashakam, Srimad Rupa Pada Raja Prarthana Dashakam, Srimad Nityananda Dvadashakam, Srila Gadadhar Prarthana, Rik Tatparyam, Shri Gayatri Nirgalitartham, Shri Prem Dam Deva Stotram, and Shri Gaurasundar Nuti Sutram, all of which are highly revered throughout the Gaudiya Vaishnava community. Two of Srila Prabhupada's dear associates, the exalted Vaishnava Nityalila Pravishta Shripad Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, who is always immersed in the bliss of bhajan, and Tridandi Goswami Srimad Bhakti Vichar Jajavar Goswami Maharaj, had special appreciation for the above-mentioned compositions and would sing and relish them with great enthusiasm. There's a beautiful, actually, Srila Akinchana Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, he had, I'm not sure if he had the whole Prem Dham Deva Stotram memorized by heart, or at least a big majority, like many verses from it. But there are recordings of him singing it, very beautiful recordings. Yeah. The compiler of a poetic gem. In Srila Maharaja's Prem Dham Deva Stotram, almost all of Sriman Mahaprabhu's pastimes, from Adi to Antya, beginning to end, are recorded in brief. Published on its own as a book, with word-for-word purports and translations, this poetic gem of a stotra would prove to be a sizable devotional literature worthy of regular study. The Vaishnavas also sing with great honor the Bengali songs he composed describing Sri Gaurasundar's birth, such as Aruna Vasane Sonara Suraja, in which he described Sri Chaitanya Dev as a golden sun wearing a saffron cloth. His contribution for the Brihad Mridanga. Under Pujapad Maharaja's editorial direction, the entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has been translated into Bengali and published with Sanskrit verses, commentary, and anvaya, word-for-word translations. Word-for-word translations that follow the sentence structure in Bengali. Besides this, he has published the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, his Prapanna Jivanamrita, a collection of Sanskrit verses regarding Sharanagati from various scriptures. Last year, we went over Prapanna Jivanamrita in our morning program for the whole of Chaturmasya, actually, and Purushottam month. Besides this, and he has published, as well, he has published several other books, both in Bengali and English. These books have been widely distributed and well received by Western academics. It has been a matter, wait one second, this mic is probably too far away. Okay. It has been a matter of great joy for us to see that so many earnest, pious seekers, having come from the West to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat and Sri Dham Navadip, have been attracted by hearing Pujapad Maharaja's delivery of the message of pure devotion, and have thus gained the fortune of receiving the shelter of his lotus feet. They tape recorded many of his instructions delivered in English while he was either partially or fully confined to bed, and later published these recordings as books, which have been well received by the English-speaking academia. With heartfelt and spirited effort, these devotees have established preaching centers in such places as London, whereby Sri Srila Prabhupada's message of pure devotion is being widely propagated. Although Maharaj remained in one place throughout most of his life, amazingly, he served to fulfill Sriman Mahaprabhu's prediction. Prithivite ache jata nagaradigram sarvatra prachar hoibe mor naam. My name will be propagated in every town and village all over this earth. He did that all from his bed, mostly. Propagated the name of Mahaprabhu throughout every town and village on this earth. A true follower of Śrīla Saraswati Thakur. The day before Sri Srila Prabhupada disappeared, he blessed Pujapad Śrīdhara Maharaj with the order of singing Srila Narottam Das Thakur Mahashaya's Sri Rupa Manjari Pada and various other songs. Pujapad Maharaj carried that merciful blessing on his head throughout his life, and until the moment he disappeared, dedicated his life to fulfilling the heartfelt ambition of Srila Prabhupada, the foremost of the followers of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. Just days before Srila Prabhupada disappeared, he said, "The legacy of Sri Bhakti Vinod will never be checked. You must all pledge yourselves to promising the ambition of Sri Bhakti Vinod with even more enthusiasm." Thakur Bhakti Vinod is our exalted predecessor and the foremost of the followers of Sri Rupa Goswami Pad. Our worshipful Prabhupada set the magnificent ideal in fulfilling Thakur Bhakti Vinod's cherished desire. His dearest disciples, Pujapad's Tirtha Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj, Madhav Maharaj, Ban Maharaj, Jajavar Maharaj, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj, and other prominent Vaishnavacharyas have emulated that ideal and have come to be counted among the followers of Srila Prabhupada, the follower of Sri Rupa Goswami Pad. Now that Sri Srila Prabhupada and many of his associates have entered the Lord's eternal pastimes, if the servants of his servants wish to attain his lotus feet, they must be dauntless in cultivating their hope to fulfill the innermost desire of Sri Guru. In this task, the dust of the feet of the Rupanuga Vaishnavas, the water that has washed their feet, and the remnants of their food shall be our sole sources of strength and courage. His dedicated sevaks. During Śrīla Śrīdhara Maharaja's pastime of illness, The manner in which his Eastern and Western disciples preoccupied themselves with serving his sacred form day and night was truly amazing, incredible, and exemplary. Following the example of Sri Śrīla Ishwar Puripad's service to Sri Śrīla Madhavendra Puripad during his final days, several young Bengali sevaks, especially one boy named Tapan, offered their body, mind, and words in the service of their guru in an extraordinary manner, thus becoming recipients of their Gurudev's boundless, merciful blessings. My good fortune. 4 days prior to Pujapad Maharaja's disappearance on Monday, 8 August, it so happens that I was fortunate enough to be present in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat to have darshan of Pujapad Śrīla Maharaj. I stayed there until his disappearance and was blessed to be in his proximity every so often and render some service. The ritual aspect of the Samadhi ceremony was performed under my direction. Our grand misfortune. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has captured in verse form the words Sriman Mahaprabhu spoke in the context of Sri Srila Namacharya Thakur Haridas's passing. Kripa kori Krishna more diyachilo sanga, swatantra Krishner icha hoilo sanga bhanga. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila 1194. Mercifully, Krishna gave me Haridas Thakur's association. By Krishna's independent will, our exchange has ended. Haridasa Achila Prithivir Ratna, Haridas Achila Prithivir Ratna Shiromani, Taha Bina Ratna Shunya Hoila Medini. Verse 97. Haridas was the crown jewel of this earth. Without him, it is as if she is bereft of all jewels. Today, we have lost an intimate associate of our most worshipful Prabhupada. Remembering the pastime of Thakur Haridas's passing, we have become submerged in an ocean of grief. The void created by his absence can never be filled. It is our grand misfortune that the supremely effulgent suns of the Saraswat Gaudiya sky are disappearing one by one, casting the sky under the cover of darkness. Alas, alas, we are gradually being deprived of guardians and caretakers. I see that the cloud of fallacies and illusion is beginning to cover the sun of pure devotional truths once again. Who will selflessly show me compassion in his absence? In the course of their dialogue, Sriman Mahaprabhu asked his associate, Srila Rai Ramananda, Dukkama de kon dukkha hoy gurutar. Among all sorrows, which sorrow is the greatest? This evoked the answer, Krishna bhakta viraha bina dukkha nahi deki par. I cannot think of any sorrow greater than that experienced in separation from Krishna's devotees. Truly, there is no limit to the pain of separation from Krishna's devotees, nor is there any consolation. Who but a devotee of Krishna, whose life belongs to Krishna, who is a veritable ocean of compassion, who is a veritable ocean of compassion, and who is fully empathetic, means he feels the pain of others and suffers when he sees the suffering of others. So who other than such a devotee will strive to deliver the souls who have lost Krishna and lead them in his direction by speaking Harikatha? Who else will selflessly try to dispel the ghost of delusion afflicting such a fallen, miserable soul as I, who am blinded and bewildered? The associates of Sri Gaur Hari. Devotion alone is the supreme function of all souls. As corruptive misconceptions enter devotion, an outbreak of irreligion occurs. It is to dispel this perversion and to reinstate the pure principles of religion that Sri Bhagavan incarnates in every age along with his associates. In the interim, he sends his devotees to preach pure Dharma and thereby manifests his compassion for the living entities. Thus, the supremely compassionate Sri Gaur Hari sent his associates, Sri Śrīla Thakur Bhakti Vinod, Sri Śrīla Prabhupada Saraswati Goswāmī Thakur, and more recently, their associates, Pujapad Śrīla Maharaj, Madhav Maharaj, and other such personalities to effect the establishment of pure religion. A piteous prayer at his lotus feet. Alas, today, as they gradually disappear from view, we have become totally bereft of our protectors. O Gaurasundar, please protect us. Surely Pujapad Śrīla Maharaj has arrived in the presence of Paramaradhya Prabhupada's worshipful lotus feet and has become engaged in his eternal service. My piteous prayer at his lotus feet is that he cast a glance of mercy from there upon this wretched and destitute individual. Vaishnavas ignore the faults of others. We therefore humbly and pitifully pray at Pujapad Śrīla Maharaja's lotus feet that he may forgive and rectify any offenses, mistakes, or oversights we may have committed either knowingly or unknowingly. He has become engaged in the eternal service of Sri Śrīla Prabhupada, and so I submit this prayer at his feet. May he mercifully fulfill our lives by granting us the qualification to serve the lotus feet of Prabhupada and Prabhupada's associates. So these were excerpts from an article published in Sri Chaitanya Vani, year 28, volume 7. It's the magazine of Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj, who Srila Bhakti Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he was the editor of that as well. Okay, so that was our reading of the glorification of Srila Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And now we're going to move on to read the last chapter of Shri Guru and His Grace, called The Line of Shri Rupa. Oh, and Hare Krishna, is that Jai Shri Didi, and Chatamai Mataji, and Ashray Prabhu, Hare Krishna, and Champak Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare. And I think this will probably take around an hour to read, or maybe less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes to read, just letting you know. So today's gonna be a bit longer than usual, this program. Okay, so this is chapter 14 of Shri Guru and His Grace, The Line of Shri Rupa. The impersonalist transcendentalists say that once we are independent of the flesh connection, the consciousness of the human soul is the highest thing. The consciousness of the human soul is the highest thing, and that no finer, higher thing can exist. But the scriptures say that the supersoul, or Paramatma, is superior in existence to the individual soul, and that the Bhagavan conception, the personal conception of God, is even higher. This begins with the Vasudeva conception, Krishna alone. The Narayan conception is again higher, and the Krishna conception is the highest. And even in the Krishna conception, there are divisions. There's Dwarka, Mathura, and Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Srimad Bhagavatam assert that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Svayam. The Vrindavan conception of Krishna as a supreme entity is the highest, because beauty is above all. 1 second. That went inside my throat. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Let's read from, actually, I'm going to read from this. This is the Kindle book. I just like this program better. Let me just, then let me just go back. There's the line of Sri Rupa. Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Srimad Bhagavatam asserts that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. The Vrindavan conception of Krishna as a supreme entity is the highest because beauty is above all. Beauty is above all grandeur and power. Neither physical, mental, or intellectual power, nor any other power, but beauty and love is the ultimate controlling power. Absolute good is absolute beauty, and that is the absolute controller. Mercy is above justice. Generally, we cannot conceive that anything could be greater than justice. We think that justice must be the highest principle, but we are told that mercy is above justice. And who can show mercy? Not an ordinary person, but only a king. One who can compensate for the loss and justice can give mercy. And the highest court is able to compensate everything. Such a realm exists. And there, the Lord is engaged in pastimes with his paraphernalia of equal quality. There is such a law, a provision beyond the sense of justice in our puppy brain. Uddhav is recognized as the principal devotee of the Lord, and his statement about mercy is found in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.23. Aho bhakiyam stanakalakutam jighang sayapayayad apyasadvi lebhe gatim datruchitam tatonyam kangva dayalum sharanam brajema. He says, where else should I surrender? How can I surrender to anyone more merciful than Sri Krishna when I find that the demoness Putana in the garb of maternal affection went to kill Krishna, but instead received such a wonderful benediction that she was given a higher post as one of Krishna's mothers? So how can I surrender to anyone more merciful than that Krishna? My Lord is so kind, so benevolent. Where else should I surrender? Her poisoned breast was put into the mouth of the infant child Krishna, and she was blessed with such a high and affectionate post. So how can we measure his grace, his infinite mercy? His ways and mercy are beyond all expectations. Rather than treating her with justice, we find just the opposite. He showed magnanimous behavior towards his greatest enemy. So, beyond justice, there is mercy, and such a high degree of mercy, such a quality and intensity of mercy that it cannot be measured. Uddhav prays, where should I find such a standard of grace as this? I must fall flat at the divine feet of Lord Krishna. Why should any man of intelligence not run to fall flat at the feet of such a magnanimous personality as Krishna? His nature is that of the highest love. Department of mercy. We, the finite, should approach the infinite with this spirit. If justice is applied, I have no hope. I omit that department. I have come only to seek my fortune in the department of mercy, where there's no calculation of right or wrong, of merit or demerit. This is expressed in some of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati songs that we've been studying. I have come to that department, my Lord, because I do not know what is within me. When I analyze and study my own heart, I find that I am unknown to my own self. I'm so helpless and wretched that I don't even know myself. How then should I venture to appeal to a department where something will be granted only after a calculation of my merits and demerits? I don't want that. I don't want any decision based on justice. I surrender. You may do whatever you like with me. I am the worst of sinners. What to do with me now is in your hands. You, Savior, I have come to you. If there is any possibility, save me. This is my open appeal, my one-sided appeal. This sort of self-abnegation will automatically cleanse our hearts. By this attitude of Sharanagati, or surrender, we invite the greatest attention from above. Sharanagati, surrender, is the only way to be reinstated in our lost prospect. At present, we are disconnected from the prospect of divine love, which we cherish in the innermost quarter of our hearts. If we want to have that privilege very easily and very quickly, we must approach the Lord with plain speaking and with a naked body and mind, with everything exposed. Śrīla Rupa Goswāmī in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.152 has written, Matulyo nasti papatma na paradi chakaschana parihare pilajjame kim bruve purushottama. My Lord, I feel ashamed. How shall I offer you so many pure things like flowers? Generally, pure things are offered to you. But what about me? I have come with the most filthy thing to offer to you. I feel ashamed. I have come to you with only my shame. I have come to you with only my shame to beg for your mercy. There is no parallel to my sinful life, my criminal life. Everything that can be conceived of, everything that can be conceived of as bad is found in me. It is very difficult to even speak about the characteristics of my heinous sins and crimes. Still, your nature, existence, fame, and benevolence cannot but attract me. You can save me. You can purify me. Hoping against hope, I have come to you, and I have only one solace, that I am the real object of your mercy. Your tendency is to purify the meanest. Those who are the most needy have some claim to your mercy. I am the worst of the needy and the meanest of the mean. This is my only qualification, my only hope to attract your attention and appeal to your magnanimity. Rupa Goswami says in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.151 that still there's some sort of subconscious element within him. Yuvatinam yata yuni yunam cha yuvato tata yata mano bhiramate tadvan mano bhiramatang tvai. Just as a young boy feels attraction for a young girl, I want that sort of attraction towards you. I want to be engrossed in you, forgetting all material paraphernalia. And by sincere surrender, at once our progress begins. And the development of that kind of attraction takes us to the topmost rank. I want that an intimate connection with you, my Lord. I want that intimate connection with you, my Lord. I am the neediest of the needy, but at the same time, I have this ambition. I am so disgusted with the world outside that I want the most intense and comprehensive relationship with you. With this attitude, the surrendering process begins and rises step by step. I want that standard of divine love. I want that standard of divine love, of intimacy with you. I want to dive deep within you. Appearing and disappearing scriptures. Govinda Vallabhe Radhe Prarthaye Tvam Ahang Sada Tadiyam iti janatu Govindo mam tvaya saha. This prayer is found in the Archan Padati, which comes from Gopal Bhatta Goswami's edition of the Hari Bhakti Vilas. From there, it has sprung through him. It is there in the Shastra, which is an eternal flow of a particular current of knowledge. Everything is eternal in Vaikuntha and Goloka, just as the sun comes up and goes down, appears and disappears. The thought is eternal and sometimes appears. The thought is eternal and sometimes appears and disappears. In this verse, Govinda Vallabhe Radhe, there is a sudden turn. Krishna says to his devotee, "Oh, do you want an intimate relationship with me? It is not to be found within my department. You have to go to another department. Go to the department of Radhika." Then at once the devotee's thought is transferred towards that side. All his energy is monopolized there. It is her monopoly. Your inner quest is not to be found within my department, Krishna says. You'll have to go elsewhere and file a petition there. And with this inspiration, at once the devotee puts his petition to Radharani. Says, "Govinda Vallabhe Radhe, O Shri Radhe, your master and sustainer is Govinda. He is the Lord of your heart." Govinda means he who can give fulfillment to all our senses. With our senses, we can feel perception as well as knowledge. Govinda is the master who gives fulfillment to all our channels of perception. Govinda is your Lord, O Radhe. But just the opposite is also true. You are the mistress of the heart of Govinda, the Supreme Master. Is it not? You are the queen of the heart of Govinda, and I have been directed to come to you with my petition. Please enlist my name in your department and admit me as a servitor in your group. Flowing river of nectar. Radhe Vrindavana Dishe Karunamrita Vahini Kripaya Nijapadabja Tasyamayam Pradiyatam. O Radhe, O Queen of Vrindavan, you are like a flowing river filled with the nectar of mercy. Please be kind upon me and bestow upon me some small service at your lotus feet. You are the queen of the whole management of ecstasy, Rasotsav. Mercy means ecstasy. That is an unlimited flow of ecstasy. That is the speciality of Vrindavan. Adi Ras, the original Ras, Madhur Ras, conjugal mellow. All rasas are branches of that Ras and its particular developing character. If analyzed, all rasas will be found within Madhur Ras. And Madhur Ras has been recognized as the highest mellow of devotion. In his conversation with Ramananda Rai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected devotion contaminated with reason. He said, "Eho bahya, age koho ar." This is superficial. Go further. Mahaprabhu accepted that real bhakti begins from the stage of pure devotion unmixed with reason. When Ramananda suggested Dasya Ras, Mahaprabhu said, "That is good, but go further." Then Ramananda mentioned Sakya Ras. Mahaprabhu said, "This is also good, but go further." Then he came to Vatsalya Ras, the sonhood of Godhead. "This is very good," Mahaprabhu said, "but go further." Then he came to Madhur Ras. Yes, Mahaprabhu said, "This is best." At that stage in the development of Ras, Vrindavan is the most suitable place. Madhur Ras is found most extensively in Vrindavan. So it is said, "Radhe Vrindavanadishe," you are the queen of that sort of lila which is found in Vrindavan. There the highest type of nectar is flowing. You are like a flowing river of nectar, distributing ecstasy. The very nature of Krishna has been described as ecstasy himself. Rasavaisaha, right? He is tasting the innate ecstasy of himself. He knows his ecstasy, and he feels it. But to distribute that innate ecstasy outside, a particular potency is indispensable, and that is known as Hladini. The gist of Hladini Shakti, or Krishna's internal ecstasy potency, is Radhika, who is drawing the innermost ras, the ecstasy of the highest order, extracting it from within and distributing it outside. So it is said, Karunamrita Vahini. Ecstasy mixed with magnanimity is flowing from that great fountain. And just as a river flowing from the mountains may carry with its current many valuable minerals to the outside world, the Hladini potency carries ras from the abode of the Ras Sarup, Krishna himself, ecstasy personified. The flow of that river of nectar carries ecstasy and ras, the flow of sweetness and magnanimity to distribute to others. Then another categorical change is effected within the mind of a devotee. In the meantime, in the course of his progress, he realizes, oh, Krishna is of secondary concern to me. I find my primary connection with you, Shri Radhe. I want your direct service and not the direct service of Krishna. This awakening of the heart, intimate adherence and obligation to the next nearest agent, develops in a surrendered soul. At this stage, the devotee thinks, I shall derive more benefit by giving my closest attention to the nearest agent, my Gurudev. I shall then thrive thereby. I shall thrive thereby. And it is his concern to sanction the upper connections. Wow. It is Gurudev's concern to sanction the upper connections. Of course, our intentions should be pure and genuine, and the business of that agent is to give us a favorable, normal connection with the hierarchy of service. Our attention should be concentrated in the service of our Guru. This should be the idea. Our first tendency is to approach Krishna. In that stage, the first thing to understand is that we are helpless. Of course, all things must be sincere. First, there is the stage of helplessness. Then we want the shelter of Krishna, sweetness personified. Then we are attracted to the sweetness of a particular type and to approach that department. There we pray for the final, closest connection or permanent membership as a servitor there. This has been taught by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami as the highest achievement of the living being. Das Goswami lived for 16 years continuously in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarup Damodar. After they disappeared from this world, Raghunath Das, disgusted with his future prospect, went to Vrindavan to finish his life. But when he met Rupa and Sanatan there, he saw another vision, a dream of a new life. Then he found, although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarup Damodar have disappeared from my physical eyes, they are living here in Rupa and Sanatan, within their activities, in their preaching tendency. Mahaprabhu is here, as living as anything. He had to reject the idea of finishing his life, and with new vigor, he began to serve in Vrindavan. And Das Goswami has given us the understanding of our highest aspiration. He says, O Radhika, I want your service. If you are not satisfied with me, I do not want Krishna, nor his land Braj. This is his prayer. And he is admitted as the Prayojan Acharya, the Guru who has shown us what is the highest aim of our life, Prayojan Tattva, the ultimate destination. And this shloka proves his position as the giver of our destination. An ocean of nectar. Asha bharar amrita sindhu maya katanchit kalo mayati gamita kila sampratangi tvam chet kripam mai vidasya shinaiva keme pranar vrajena chavarorupakarinaapi. This shloka is a direct prayer to Radharani. It expresses a particular type of hope, which is so sweet and reassuring that it is compared with an unlimited ocean of nectar. He says, with that hope, I'm somehow passing my days, flagging my days, dragging my life through these tedious times, only for that hope. That hope is sustaining me. The nectarian ocean of hope is attracting me and sustaining me. Somehow, I'm dragging my days to my only safety. Otherwise, I have lost the direct association of Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar, and so many other great souls, and still I am living. Why? I have a particular ray of hope, and the prospect and quality of my hope is very great and high. But my patience has reached its end. I cannot endure it any longer. I can't wait. I am finished. I can't wait any more. At this moment, if you do not show your grace to me, I am finished. I shall lose the chance forever. I shall have no desire to continue my life. It will all be useless. Without your grace, I can't stand to live another moment. And Vrindavan, which is even dearer to me than my life itself, I'm disgusted with it. It is painful. It is always pinching me. What to speak of anything else? I'm even disgusted with Krishna. I'm even disgusted with Krishna. It is shameful to utter such words, but I can have no love even for Krishna until and unless you take me up within your confidential camp of service. Such charm I have come for. I have seen the clue of such charm within the service of your camp. Without that, everything is tasteless to me. And I can't maintain my existence, even in Vrindavan. And even Krishna, what to speak of others, has no charm for me. This is the prayer of Raghunath Das Goswami. Service of Radharani. So, Radha Dasyam, the servitorship of Srimati Radharani, is said to be the highest attainment of the living being by the school established by Mahaprabhu. It is the gist of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is Krishna's own version. He says in Srimad Bhagavatam 11:14-15, he says, Na tatha me priyatama atma yoni na shankara, na cha shankarshano na shrir, naivatma cha yatha bhavan. O Uddhav, neither Brahma, nor Shiva, nor Baladev, nor Lakshmi, nor even my own self are as dear to me as you are. And that Uddhav glorifies Vrindavan, the Vraj Gopis, and Radharani in this way in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. Uddhav says, Uddhav, who is more dear to Krishna than Brahma, Shiva, Baladev, Lakshmi Devi, and even Krishna's own self, that Uddhav, he glorifies the Vraj Gopis in this way in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. He says, Asamaho charana renu jushamaham syam Vrindavane kimapi gulmalato shadinam Yadustyajang swajanamarya patang chahitva Bhejur mukunda parabhim shruti bhir vimrekagyam. Uddhav says, the gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to renounce. And they have sacrificed even their religious principles to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, which are sought after even by the Vedas. Oh, grant me the fortune to be born as a blade of grass in Vrindavan, so that I may take the dust of those great souls upon my head. The search for Sri Radha. Uddhav has shown us the high position of the gopis. And between all the gopis and Radharani, there's also a categorical difference. That was proved in the Ras Leela. When Krishna and the gopis openly displayed their transaction of heart, with that divine ras flowing and inundating all directions, Radharani was also there. She gave the highest contribution to the common Ras Vilas display of the Parakiya Madhur Ras, the paramour mellow. Then, suddenly, disfaction came in Radharani's heart. She began to think, am I also counted in the common flow of Ras? Some reaction came within her mind, and suddenly she left. After displaying her peculiar type of super excellent dancing and singing, introducing a flow of a new type there, suddenly she departed. She left the circle of the Ras dance, and Krishna suddenly found, Radharani is not here. It is tasteless. The flow of Ras was there, but the gist, the quality, is a little down. He felt, why is it not so satisfactory to my inner heart? He felt some ebb in the tide. And then, by inspection, he found that Radharani was absent. Disappointed, he left the circle of the Ras dance and went to search after her. Although the Parakiya Madhur Ras, the highest mellow of conjugal love, Vrindavan, and all the gopis were all there, still, it is a categorical difference in quality between the other gopis and the particular camp of Radharani. In every way, there's a categorical difference, both in quality and quantity. Jayadev Goswami in his Gita Govinda 3.1 has described how Krishna left the circle of the rasa dance. Kangsarira api sangsara vasanabbaddha shinkalam radha madaya hridaye tatyaja vrajasundari. Lord Krishna took Srimati Radharani within his heart, for he wanted to dance with her. In this way, he left the arena of the Ras dance and the company of all the other beautiful damsels of Vraj. Jayadev has described in this way that Krishna left the circle of the Ras dance, taking Radha within his heart. Krishna departed in search of Radharani. Her position is so exalted. It is said, Lord Krishna's transcendental desires for loving exchanges could not be satisfied even in the midst of billions of gopis. Thus, he went searching after Srimati Radharani. Just imagine how transcendently qualified she is. Shatakopite nahi kam nirvapan. The other gopis numbered so many, but in quality, they were a little less. Their total combination could not satisfy Krishna. The qualitative difference was there. That is found. The Rupanuga Sampradaya, the followers of the line of Sri Rupa, are those who have the unique taste of service in the camp of Radharani. In that place, there's no entrance of any mundane exploitation or renunciation, and not even legalized shastric devotion. The highest kind of devotion is not controlled by any law. It is spontaneous and automatic. Sacrifice to the highest degree is only possible in that camp. The highest kind of divine sentiment is distributed from the camp of Srimati Radharani, and that can never be compared with any attainment hitherto known even in the eternal factor of time and space. And then there's another stage for which we should be prepared. Why should we try to enter into the camp of Radharani? Should we think that there, in that better atmosphere, we shall have Krishna's presence more confidentially? Should we think, I will have contact with Krishna very intimately? Should we want to enter into that camp? No. We want to avoid the connection of Krishna, but concentrate on the service of Radharani. Why? What more benefit is possible there in the service of Radharani? If we approach Krishna directly to give service to him, we shall be the losers. Radharani's service to Krishna is of the highest order in every way. If we devote our energy to help Radharani, our energy will be utilized in her service. In this way, she will serve Krishna with her service more enhanced. Then the reciprocation will pass to us through her. Then the reciprocation will pass to us through her as our reward. That will be devotion of the highest type, Mahabhav. So the general inclination of the Sakis, the confidential maidservants of Radharani, is not to come in direct connection with Krishna. They avoid that. But still, it is the benevolent and generous nature of Radharani to connect them with Krishna on some plea at some time or another. But their innate nature is always to avoid Krishna and concentrate on the service of Radharani. This is confirmed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8.208. Radhar Swarupa Krishna Prema Kalpalata Saki Gan Hoy Tar Palav Pushpa Pata. By nature, Srimati Radharani is just like a creeper of love of Godhead, and the gopis are the twigs, flowers, and leaves of that creeper. Eternally, the twigs, flowers, and leaves sprout from the creeper of Srimati Radharani. She is the trunk, and they are the branches. This is their relationship. Yet still, there's another thing. We are known as Rupanugas, or the followers of Sri Rupa. Why? The service of Srimati Radharani eliminates everything, even Narayan, to go to Krishna. There is the Krishna of Dwarka, the Krishna of Mathura, and the Krishna of Vrindavan. Then again, in Vrindavan, when there is free mixing without hesitation in other camps, Radharani's camp is the highest. Eliminating all other camps, direct service to Radharani is considered to be the highest. Still, there is another point. Sri Rupa Gosvāmī, Sri Rupa Manjari. Who is Rupa? Rupa Manjari. Generally, the hierarchy in the spiritual world is eternal. New recruits can occupy a particular rank of Manjari, assistant in Madhur Ras. And the leader of the Manjaris is Sri Rupa Manjari. What is the special feature in the Manjari camp, which is not found among the Sakis, the girlfriends of Krishna? First, there's Radharani. Then the camp of her right-hand personal attendant, Lalita. Then, under Lalita, there's Sri Rupa Manjari. What is the unique position of the followers of Sri Rupa? The new recruits can attain to that status. Now the privilege of this Manjari, sorry, am I too close to the mic? Now the privilege of this Manjari class, we are to conceive most respectfully and attentively. The privilege of this Manjari class, we are to conceive most respectfully and attentively. When Radha and Govinda are in secrecy, in a private place, the Sakis, who are well versed in the art of that kind of play, because they are a little grown up, do not like to approach there to disturb their confidential mixing. If the more grown-up Sakis enter there, both Radha and Govinda will feel shy. So their presence may create some disturbance. But the younger girls can enter there. And then Radha and Govinda have no hesitation in free mixing. So in that highest stage of the mixing of Radha Govinda, the free play of Radha Govinda, these Manjaris, the younger girls, can have admission. But the grown-up Sakis cannot have admission there. New recruits may come up to the Manjari class, and the Manjaris have that sort of special advantage under the leadership of Sri Rupa Manjari. So they get the best advantage there, the most sacred type of pure service, which is not open even to the Sakis. That is open to the Manjaris. That is found in Radharani's camp. So the position of the Rupanugas, the followers of Sri Rupa, is the most profitable position. That has been given out by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That has been shown by him. And that is fixed as the highest limit of our fortune in Krishna's concern. This is unexpectable, undesignable, and beyond hope. But our prospect lies there, in that subtle camp of Sri Rupa Manjari. Rupa Gosvāmī. So the camp, the Sampradaya of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is known as the Rupanuga Sampradaya. There our fate and our fortune are located. Now we have to conduct ourselves in such a way that naturally we can connect with that highest, purest spiritual conception from here. We must not allow ourselves to be satisfied with anything less than this highest ideal. That should be the highest goal of our life. And we must adjust our approach from our present position. Spiritual inheritance. We are minors. Our Father has left us with so many important documents about the properties we are to inherit. As minors, we should try to find out what properties belong to us in those documents. When we come of age, then we shall take possession of our rightful inheritance. The Raganuga Shastra, the scriptures of spontaneous devotional love, has been given to us, left to us by our Guru, our guardian, our Father. And as we grow more and more in the spiritual line, we will have to detect what is our prospect, what is our real wealth. We must recover that. We must have that. It is there in the document. It is ours. This is our position. We are minors, but we must become majors and demand the service meant for us by our guardians. So then a devotee asks, we are putting in our claim with you. We think that in the absence of our Father, the court has appointed a guardian in order to keep us out of mischief and also to regulate our inheritance. Then Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja responds, he says, this is not mine. This is the property of my Gurudev. And Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada gave you a clue. He has distributed the key widely and given a clue. With the key, come and open the iron chest and find out what valuable ornaments and gems are within the chest. Of course, no one will understand us when we say such things. Who will come to appreciate? They'll say, oh, this is all the product of a disorganized brain. These people are trying to take electricity from the sky, leaving aside this concrete earth. They are like the chatak bird. Rupa Goswami says that there is a class of bird known as chatak, who will never take a drop of water from the earth. Their nature is that whenever they want a drop of water, they will always cast their eyes to the clouds. One drop of pure water. That is their cry. And so they wait with their beaks towards the sky, towards the clouds. And they never use any water from the earth. So our line is like that. The spirit of that bird is described in the following way by Sri Rupa Goswami. A drop of your grace. Virachai mai danda dina bando dayangva katiriha na bhavata kachiranya mamasti nipatatu shatakoti nirbaramba navambas tadapi kila payoda stuyate chatakena. So the chatak bird is praying, you may punish me, O cloud. You may punish me. If a thunderbolt comes, I'll be nowhere. You can throw down thunder, or you can give me water. But how much can I drink with my small beak? A flood of rain may come. O Lord of the poor, Lord of the helpless, you can give me a drop of devotion, or you may punish me like anything. He is always praying for water. The cloud may satisfy him immediately. The cloud may satisfy him immediately, or sending a thunderbolt, it may finish him and efface him from this earth. The bird has no other alternative by nature. So he says, my position is also like that. So he says, my position is also like that bird. O Krishna, you may finish me, destroy me, efface me from the world, or you may save me by only a drop of your grace. I won't search after my satisfaction in the mud. That is finished. I will never go back to search for my fortune in the earth, in the mundane. I am already fixed to do or die. Either I must receive a drop of your grace, or you may finish me. In this way, Śrīla Rupa Goswami prays that Krishna's mercy will descend like a rain from the clouds, and not only quench his thirst, but bathe him, satisfy his utmost hankering, and fulfill his innermost necessity. So, we should never search for a fortune in the mud. We must always look to the high sky and pray for Sri Guru and his grace. Jai. That was, yeah, what to say. The Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja's words are unparalleled. All right, so it is 8:17. That is our program for today. Thank you so much for joining. And tomorrow Srivas is going to join us. He's traveling right now, so he couldn't join us today, but tomorrow he will join us, and we're going to go through Dainik Nadia Prakash articles written by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Yeah, so that will be our program for tomorrow. So more Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Katha. This program will continue on tomorrow with Srivas. So I hope you can all join us for that. And yeah, we'll end here. I'll just do a quick Mahamantra and then we can end. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Shachi Nandan, Gora Hari, Shachi Nandan, Jaya Gora Hari, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Vinod, Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Jaya Swaparshara Prabhupada, Swaparshara Śrīla Prabhupada, Jaya Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī, Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī, Jai Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashita Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashita Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashita Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashita Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashita Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutashmad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutashmad Bhakti Balavatirtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutashmad Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutashmad Śrīla Bhakti Pramoda Purī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutashmad Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. All the associates of Jagadguru Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada ki jai. Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja's Tiruvav Titi ki jai. Jai Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Jai Sat Parshad Shri Gaur. Jai Shri Śrīla Baldev Vijabhushan Prabhu ki jai. Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shard Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Nam Acharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradakta Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Guru and His Grace ki jai. All the ambrosial Harikatha and all the books of Śrīla Bhakti and all the writings of Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Rupa Raghunath ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shri Raseshwari Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Jai.
Jai Vrindai Tulsi Devai Krishna Bhakti Pradade Satya Vansha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And does anybody have anything they'd like to say before we end our program for today? All right. Dandavat pranams, Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji. Oh, yeah, Sarveshwari Mataji, yes.
Thank you very much. It was a very nice program.
Yeah, I mean, Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja's words, nothing can compare. Yes. Yes, thank you. All right, pranam Sarveshwari Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, Ashray Prabhu, Chatamai Mataji, Champak Mataji, Jai Shri Didi.
I wanted to
yes.
Oh, yes, Sarveshwari Mataji. Thank you very much. It was a very nice program.
Yeah, I mean, Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja's words. Nari Hari Prabhu, we can hear the replay going on right now. You could shut off on YouTube. Like,
I think my volume was down. That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, sorry if that interrupted. But I read his Guru and His Grace, one in the 80s when we were associating with Saraswati Mat. And that book is such an impact on my life. And I haven't read it in so long. But when I hear him, I hear Gurudev Narayana Maharaj. He didn't say anything different. They were accusing him of, exposing these things that we should. He never did. All he did is in that book. I mean, Radha Dasham is our goal. That's the Madhurya Ras contains everything. It's just a wonderful book. Well, we're so grateful to have Śrīdhara Maharaj in our lives, Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Maharaj. He's the beacon. It's like, wow. So his writings are amazing. And they're so recognizable, isn't it? Like he talks about the beauty and there's some mannerism, way of saying things that you can tell. Wow, that's Śrīdhara Mahārāja.
Really, like
Anyhow.
out of all the disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja is he is the ultimate poet. Like he's able to express things in the most beautiful, heart-touching way, like just unparalleled.
Can we get those prayers? You said there were more than we chant pranams in Sanskrit to Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And you mentioned you were reading this about maybe 5 more.
Oh, yeah. Like there's one, like what we sing every morning. There's one to Gaura Babaji Maharaj, one to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He wrote his own prayers to all of them. So I just selected a couple because I didn't want the Mangala to be so long. But I can find where I got those from and share them. I'd love to eventually translate all of Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja's, all his stotrams and everything like that and publish them. That would be really nice. That would
be a wonderful contribution, Prabhu. Yeah.
And maybe we could all read Sri Guruna's Grace together sometime.
Okay. Love to.
One chapter. Yeah. I'd love to do it. Okay, good. All right. Wonderful. All right. Pranams, Krishnamai, Sarveshwari Mataji, Krishnamai Didi, Champak Mataji, Chatamai Mataji, Jai Shri Didi, Shri Devi Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook, who is there? Vidya Lalasa Didi, Ganga Mataji, and many other people, but I can only see the names of 2 people because I only see the names of those who wrote comments. So pranams to everybody watching. I hope to see you all tomorrow for our Dainik Nadia Prakash session, going through the articles of Srila Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja that he wrote back in those days that were probably never published in English before. So if anybody wants to join that program, please join us. Shiva said that he found 3 articles so far in his translation. All right. Hare Krishna. Gonna end it now.